now that we already draw and mark the perimeter of our drawings and making sure that it will be on the center, now let's provide the details for our orthographic views. So in this position, this will be where the front view will be. This is for our side view, and this is for your top view. So going back to our object, let's look at the details. So what I usually do as a personal preference is that I work from the front view first. Okay, so the dimensions that we need and the information that we need from our object for our front view would be the height and the width of the object. Okay, so the height and the width of the object, these are the details for our front view. Okay, so for our height, we do have a total height of 80. Okay, so with this, let's draw that information into our workspace. So since we already identified these areas are for our, this will be the limits where we do start to draw our front view. So for our height, we start our measurement from this line. Okay, so since it is 80, so measure from this vertical line, you measure 80, mark it on the line, then draw a construction line there. So let's do it. 80 towards the top, this will be the height of our front view there. So this means that this is the height of our front view, and as well as the height already of our side view. Now let's look if there are some details that we need here. There's still 50 and the 30 there. Then there's still also 40 here. So let's draw a construction line for the 40 and as well as for the 50. So we do have for our 40 construction line for our 40 and a construction line for our 50 there. Okay, so let's check again on our object if there are other height details. None, because for this shows that it has the same height as to this edge and that edge, so that's 40. So for that, there's no more height details needed. Next is we're going to look at the width details. Okay, so here we could see that there's a detail for 20 and there's another detail for 50, and I think here there's also 50. So this edge here is in line with this edge, so that 50 and the 20 is the only detail, while the remaining of our total dimension is 30. So let's transfer this into our workspace. So again, from this line here, this is the limit of our front view. So let's start measuring from here towards this direction. So same process. So let's measure from here the 20, then next would be the 50. And the remaining is the 80. There. So this means that this will be the limit for our front view. There. Okay. So here we could see that all of our guidelines for our, construction lines for our front view are all set. Okay. The next we're going to work on for our top view. Okay. So this will be the position for our top view. So there are already width details that were projected from your front view. Once you're going to measure the details here, make sure that your projection lines are projected towards the area where we are going to construct our top view. Just that you don't have to do it all over again. Okay. So now what we need are the details on the depth of our top view. So let's go back to our object, and here are the depths. So total is 60. We do have 20 over there and no more. So this means that only 20 and the rest of the details will be the remaining of our 60, which is 40 millimeters. Though it's not present here, but you could see that this is the only detail that we have for the 20 millimeter, and the rest are the remaining of our 60 millimeters. So for sure that the measurement here is 40 millimeters. Okay, so now with that information, we are going to transfer it again into our workspace. So for your top view, again, start measuring from this limit towards the bottom. Okay, so from here 20 there, then the remaining 40 there. So these are the only details that we need for our top view, and while this will be the space in between our views. So since earlier on our previous video, we allocated a space in between this view, this should be about 30 millimeters. So let's check. From there, this is 30 millimeters. So we got it right. Okay. So once we already have these details here, okay, we are going to now work on for our side view. Now we already have some details from our top view. Okay, so what we do is to draw a 45 degree line from the edge of our front view, which is this point. Okay, draw a 45 degree using your triangle, a 45 degree triangle. Okay, draw a line from this edge. Okay, 45 degree line there. Now all those preceding lines or projection lines that are coming from the details of your top view that intersected our 45 degree line, we can project it towards the area for our side view, and this will give us the same details, just that by means of projection we don't need to measure the dimensions of the object. For sure that this side of our top view is the same as our side view. So let's just draw some lines from that point there towards the area of our side view there. Again, these are all construction lines. These are very light lines. You draw this using your 3H pencils. So there you have the details for our side view. So if we can double check it with our object. Here, our side view again is just the detail for the 20 and the remaining of the 60, which is 40. So we successfully transfer it on the area where we're supposed to draw our side view. This is the 20 and this is the 40. It's the same measurement as for our top view. Okay, so in this way you can work faster and more efficient. Okay. So that's how we lay out all of the details of our orthographic views. Once all of our construction lines and projection lines are already in place, then that's the time that we can proceed to the next process, which is to draw our construction lines. So again, this video shows you how to start providing the details for your orthographic views by means of constructing or drawing your construction lines based on the details of the given object. Okay, so again, I hope you learned from this video, and see you soon on our next video. If you like the video, please subscribe.